Welcome back, everybody, to game number 3, MUFC versus DK. MUFC did replace World Elite in our playoff bracket, as World Elite were not able to compete, had other obligations with Dota 1, and getting their visas lined up. So, here we have MUFC. They actually take a very convincing game 1 and then drop one to DK, where it felt like DK just had a better lineup, and MUFC not really equipped to deal with the global pressure from the Tinker, the team fight from the Darkseer. I am LD, joining me is GoDz. GoDz, what's up, man?
Very good, man. Good to be joining you, LD. We are David and David. This is the BTS World Tour playoff action, and we have got game number 3. It seems every time we cast, I mention this, I feel like I'm mentioning this, I'm harping on the same old record, but this is, as per usual, a third game, and nothing else seems to ever happen. We always have these really close to the edge series, and this one is no different. We're going to have a game number 3. We're going to see what these two teams can come up with. This is now down the stretch, and we're going to see what have we got in store? What is it going to be, LD? I'm excited.
I am too. Tinker gets banned this time by MUC. I do like this ban quite a bit, but the question is, who's going to slip through now? Prophet's available. Templar Assassin is, although she didn't have much of an impact last game. With the Venomancer, to me this is really angling for the TA. The Tinker getting banned out, as well as the Venomancer. And we'll have to see. But if they want TA, I think this is a much better situation to pick up. Also, Chen is going to be available.
I think that's where DK are looking. They think, okay, you guys can get the Prophet, but we've got some great options for ourselves. Chen still being in the pool, so is the Leshrac, Wingrunner, all these strong sort of mid-game pushing heroes. DK, they probably don't want to go to sort of start thinking about a hard carry yet. They used the Morphling last game, but they had such a great supporting cast that it didn't really matter with the Darkseer, and they immediately pick up the Chen in response. Leshrac as well. A nice trade for them. I've got to say, not a bad trade by any means for MUFC. MUFC saw plenty of options with their second and third pick, but DK happy to give up the Prophet for those two heroes.
Yeah, and Leshrac is a hero we haven't seen too much of in this series. I think this is our first game with him. But what Leshrac gives you is a great support, not the most reliable stun, but a lot of push, a lot of AoE. Can go into that support role. If you want to play him as a farmer, you can. Although with DK, generally when I've seen them play him, it is as a hard support. And with Chen and Leshrac picked up, this opens up the board, opens it up for DK. Maybe to go towards something like a Morphling and Anti-Mage, that hard carry option for burning. Is this a game where they look towards something else, though? Maybe something a little different, maybe a team fight-oriented lineup. It seems like the hard carry it works for them as long as they have the heroes that can spread the map and avoid those big team fights. We'll have to see. MUFC with the Prophet already picked up. Invoker is in the pool, along with Shadow Demon, so if they want to go for that global presence, the burst damage ganking style, that's available as well.
Yeah, as far as predictions from me go, I think MUFC will look to get their strong lane. Maybe the Enchantress as a counter jungle, as well as something like a Windrunner. They want those strong laning heroes. That's where they really shine. They could go for the Templar Assassin. They may want to go for something a bit more old school, like the OD they like to pick up. I'm going to go to a bit of Olympia. I think DK may pick just that, the DK, the Dragon Knight. I think with the Chen, the Leshrac, it's a hero that's very tanky, great for being in the front lines, and great for this sort of mid-game pushing strategy. So I feel Dragon Knight may be what they want to go for as their carry. I'm not saying they'll pick it up now, but that's just sort of my hunch as to what they want to get as one of their last heroes for burning, basically, to be playing.
I think if they want it, they can get it in the second stage of the draft. It's a hero that DK have run before, so if MUFC have done their research, which I'm sure they have, nope, it's going to be the Anti-Mage, so no DK this time. Well, it's an Anti-Mage, but up against a hero that can give them a lot of trouble, and a hero that offers you a lot more in the laning stage, in the Morphling. This is a game where Anti-Mage, it's one of these situations, and we were saying this back in the East qualifiers, where Morphling and Anti-Mage, they both have the potential to out-carry each other late game. It really does come down to the supporting cast. And both of them have a great supporting cast. I can't really give an edge to either. The one thing I'll say is that Morphling offers you a lot more in the laning stage, a lot more kill potential, as well as pushing power. And if you need to leave him solo, he's going to be a lot better off than Anti-Mage. So I think MUFC just a touch more flexible here with their carry. But in terms of who will win late game, it is burning on this Anti-Mage, so you can never count him out.
Oh yeah, I gotta say, burning on Anti-Mage, you'll probably, if he gets a decent lane, he will be able to out-farm a hero like a Morphling. He'll go for that fast battlefield build we've seen so many times, and it's something where DK will make sure he finds an easy lane to farm, whereas MUFC may put Morphling in a harder lane, or even in a lane where
GoDz?
To sort of put all their eggs in one basket.
Okay,
they've got Enchantress who they can get some kills and ganks with. They've got the Nature's Prophet, so MUFC less likely to sort of center everything around the Morphling, whereas DK, it's going to be all about getting Anti-Mage farmed. We'll see well, Leshrac is sort of possible support here, possible solo here, but Chen will be all about protecting this anti-mage, and maybe they'll go for something like a Lich anti-mage dual lane, which we've seen them do in the past as well.
I love this Broodmother ban from MUFC right now. The best way to get that anti-mage farm is to pick up a hero who can just apply pressure all over the map, and we saw for RTK last. In the game number 1, it didn't end up working out, but his Broodmother did take a lot of pressure off the Lycan. So I like this ban a lot for MUFC. Try and remove out any of those heroes that could just be pests constantly pushing the lane. They did it with the Lycan and the Tinker. Even the Venomancer sort of fits that bill, and now they're doing it with the Brute, so I like this. For MUFC, if they're going to play the style that you're suggesting, which I think you're right, this is how they like to play. They're pretty aggressive. They're not really about just going for raw late game. They get to that late game, if they get there, by having a good start, getting a lot of kills, knocking down towers, being aggressive. That's the MUFC way. So who fits in here? Here's like Sandcade Tidehunter. That's what I would expect MUFC to have their eyes on. Maybe even an Earthshaker. Yep. But we'll have to see for the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the Sand King pick. Something that last game they had, was it? And it didn't really work out fantastic for them, but it is a hero they like to use, can play in the support, can play as a solo role as well. Tidehunter, another potential support hero for them, which they've used in the past as well. DK banning off Windrunner, which I think is probably one of the smarter options you can do. One of the heroes that MUFC really shine with and play well. So we'll sort of limit them with some of these last 2 picks here. Puck, another possible hero that both teams have used quite a bit. DK used it back in game number 1. MUFC have used it in past matchups. So I think Puck could even see some play as a 4th or 5th pick hero. It's a hero who doesn't need much farm, which is always good when you've got an anti-mage who is the one hero you need to make sure does get the farm.
Yeah, one hero that's also in the pool, which sort of fits that bill of the Broodmother. It's a low druid. If DK want to go for something like that to spread out the map, they could. They have 2 heroes that can play support in Chen and Leshrac, and I feel they need that one hero who can just... the thing is, he doesn't give you a whole lot of anti-push, and maybe that's what DK need right now. They are up against the Prophet and Enchantress, but if they want to have a split push hero, that's a hero they've run in the past. It's a hero that is an option. Panda on the board as well, and CK has made it all the way through 10 bans and 6 picks. Not sure if he has a place on either team. Could maybe duel him with the Leshrac, but probably not. So this is probably going to be a game where CK just doesn't get banned or picked. And that's a little unusual, especially with the Chinese team in the game.
Yeah, that is. And I think DK just deciding they'd rather go for the anti-mage. They could sort of run a 2-carry setup with CK as well as well, not so much as well as an anti-mage, as well as some other carry. But when you have the anti-mage, you don't want a CK as well. If you've got both those 2 heroes, there's not really going to be enough farm to go around for a CK unless he's going for sort of a more utility type build where he only can get up a drum, maybe a later BKB. Beastmaster. They used it back in game number 1. It worked out really well for MUFC, and they're going to pull it out again here. No Brood to counter, but against anti-mage, it's a great lockdown hero.
Yeah, and not just that. We saw the map control between the Hawk, as well as the inner Beastar and the Axes, allowing you to get those towers early on. Prophet, Enchantress, Morphling, Beastmaster. All of these heroes can push gods, and they can do it pretty damn well. Plus, like you said, that lockdown will be crucial. It doesn't even have to just be burning. Could be the Chen or the Leshrac. If you can pick these heroes off, especially the Chen at the beginning of a fight, well, there goes Anti-Mage's primary form of support, his primary form of survivability. So I do like this pick quite a bit, and it's a hero, more than anything else, you want to play to your strengths, you want to play to your team's comfort zone, and, well, MUFC, they know how to run the Beastmaster successfully. I really like this pick.
Yeah, and I mean, this leading into DK's 4th pick here, there's not too many options left. I mean, they need some solo heroes. Leshrac can solo, but pretty much can only solo that mid lane, so there's really few options left for them. I mean, who do they put in the off lane? Brood's been banned out. There's heroes like Puck. Bounty Hunter's an option, but Bounty Hunter does not do well against a Beastmaster. That's a hero who's going to get a gem, who's got the raw. I don't know where they want to go with this.
Yeah, and here's the problem is, it's not even just a 1v1 matchup that you have to worry about. There's a Prophet and Enchantress on the field. Morphling could have a really fast reign of Basilius. There's a push coming, guys. It's a pretty big push. Tidehunter will give you that great team fight, but he's not going to deal with that push, especially not if he's soloing the offlane. I'm not sure this is going to be an offlane Tidehunter. You mentioned Puck. That would give them a great combination in terms of the Dream Coil, the Silence, the Ravage, if they can set it up. But I'm very concerned for DK for this offlane. Maybe they'll even try and run an aggressive tri-lane to deal with it. I'm not sure they have the heroes to do it. I'm not sure it'll work. But I'm just not seeing a hero that can stop that push top. And if you give Morphling, as well as a Prophet, 2 quick outer towers, that's going to mean a lot of space to farm. It's going to mean a lot of gold into their pockets. And then the push, it might not even stop at 2. It might head towards mid, might head towards bottom. So I like MUFC's position a lot. And they go for a Bounty Hunter of their own. That's going to give this team a lot of extra gold to work with. And for DK, they can look for a similar trade with the push in the bottom lane. But I feel it's just not going to be as fast nor as furious as what MUFC could bring to the table.
Yeah, I feel this is... I mean, I don't want to... I mean, you can never count out DK, especially when you've got Burning on anti-mage. But to me, where do they head with this last pick? I mean, Puck is, to me, the most obvious option for them for that hard lane. But I've never seen a Chinese team run Tide as a solo in the hard lane. I've seen them do solo mid-Tide a bit. Never seen them do it in the off lane. There's always a first for everything. But I feel it's not something DK tend to do. So they're more likely to go for a Puck. Maybe even an Enigma is a possible off-lane solo, but there's not too many that can go there. They could go with an offensive dual lane or a tri lane, but either way, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. They may have to send Anti-Mage into a... They could always send Anti-Mage solo. They could send Tide Leshrac with a Chen top and put Anti-Mage as a solo if they really want. Anti-Mage against Beastmaster or Bounty Hunter. They go with a Sand King, though. That's I don't know. It works. It can be an off-lane solo. It can be a solo mid-hero. I feel this is an alright pickup.
I think we might see that offensive tri-lane, Leshrac, Sandkin, and Chen. To me, that's looking like the most obvious way to lane this. Bernie, we've seen him go solo mid before, usually buys that quick poor man shield, and then has his team pull him regen. Tidehunter could solo the safe lane. It'll probably be a bounty hunter there, so I actually like this. I like this better than going for a Puck or something like that. Now, the offensive tri-lane, it is dangerous, especially against a jungler like Ling on that Enchantress. Very scary, as well as Morphlane and Prophet being available as the +1. But I think this gives them at least the bottom lane. Tidehunter should do well. That top lane, they have a chance at winning it. And Bernie mid, we've seen him before. Even if he's solo, he'll still find a way to farm. So I don't mind this, but it is risky. It is risky if they run the offensive tri-lane.
Even if it's just an offense, even if it's just a dual lane top in Chen in the safe jungle, they might not want Chen against the Enchantress. Enchantress will come out on top there, especially if they're in the dire jungle. So they could even just send 2 heroes top, like a Sand King. So what am I talking about? They're on the dire side. The teams.
Man, I gotta say, that interface, I saw Toby make this mistake a couple times yesterday. For anything we said top, it means bottom, and vice versa, guys.
Yeah.
It's actually the Radiant that's on the top of the draft. It is very confusing for the casters, but Bernie gets pulled a bunch of regen.
Yeah, he's going to go mid lane. So DK, they've got Burning on the Anti-Mage going towards mid. It is going to be a first ever for me. I've never seen the Chinese team do this. They're going to send Tidehunter as a solo bottom. He's got the Stout Shield. He's going to be that hard lane solo. And they're going to go with the safe tri-lane, the Chen, the SK, and the Leshrac. Leshrac being played by rotk. longdd on the Chen, and Zippo playing the support Sand King. So rotk going to be looking to get farmed up there. And it looks like they'll have a pretty decent time up in the top lane.
Definitely the less risky way to go. Sure, Super might die a lot. Sure, he might not be able to defend the push if it comes their way, but if this lane goes bad, it's only the Tidehunter who suffers, and really all you need from him is to get level 6. You'd like to get a lot more, but if all you get out of that off lane is a Ravage at the 8-10 minute mark, you're probably okay with that. Whereas if you run the offensive tri-lane and it doesn't work out, it's a full-on disaster for your team. So DK, go for the safer option, and it fits their style a little bit better. But you're right, DK, they take a page out of that Western playbook, whether it's a team like Complexity or even Na'Vi, who do like to run that off-lane Tidehunter. They're going to go for it themselves. We'll have to see how it pays off. Meanwhile, for MUFC, Net going to be playing the Bounty Hunter. He's headed top. Nick going mid is the Morphling. Looks like he'll be soloing. TFG, 7 Clarity Potions picked up. 7 Clarity Potions. Let me restate that. 7 Clarity Potions picked up on TFG. I've done this in pubs before, but I don't know if I've ever seen a pro do it. Lane on the Enchantress, and finally bottom lane. In that safe lane, will be Sharky playing the Beastmaster. GoDz, your thoughts on the 7 Clarities?
I'm left questioning it. I don't know about the maths for it, but I feel even getting 4 Clarities with a Mantle of Intelligence is probably more cost effective as far as the mana you get from the Mantle. Even going for the Bassi Ring would probably be a better idea, but no, this is not what I would have expected. In MUFC, running 2 heroes in the jungle, they've got Enchantress as well as Prophet, both jungling. They're going to try and maximize basically their XP as well as the farm on the jungle heroes. Even if they lose a lane, which is going to be most noticeably the top lane, they'll still be able to get farm on the heroes in the jungle as well as the other solo lanes. Morphling against Anti-Mage at mid. This is, well, not going to how I would have planned it.
Well, Burning, this is a lane where it really comes down to position and timing. If Anti-Mage tries to fight at the wrong time and he's tanking the creeps or a waveform hits him, even with that poor man shield, he'll take a lot of damage. The waveform will hurt, but if Nick, on the flip side, gets caught out of position, that's where the Mana Bird can really hurt Morphling. Bottom lane, though, here we go. Net creep and the sets are already picked up, and the TP in from Enchantress, while off-lane Tidehunter absolutely screwed. Net to start, stop to follow, Axes cleave through, and there's your first blood. Ling picks it up. So they're running 3 solos, they're running the double jungle. But it's not really a double jungle if you gank with 2 heroes this early on, and here we go top lane. Sentry Ward was available, but Zippo's not going to go for that. So they get a first blood, and DK not finding the counter kill.
Yeah, and I mean, this Titan is definitely a lane that they can push against with both Enchantress and Prophet. Prophet, no bassering as mentioned, but may want to go for one now. Does have almost enough gold for one if does get a few more creep kills here. And then with that bassering, they can quickly push down this bottom lane. Beastmaster, not going for any points in Aura, which would have given more pushing power, but opting for the Quill Beast instead. 2 points in Call of the Wild, but it does give the slow, which does make Super an even easier gank.
Yeah, Burning, very aggressive position here mid, right at the tower, just trying to make sure he gets as many last hits as possible. And he is not having great farm mid. 5 and 2, 2.5 minutes in. Now he's getting the levels, and he's actually going for the mono build, so he's leveling that one up. And generally out of Bernie, we see a more passive style, but he wants to be aggressive in this lane, wants to be able to get those pickoffs if he can find them, and you're wowing.
Look at all that agility. 53 agility. He's morphed everything to agility. He's only got 400 HP.
Wow. 400 HP. This is a bold build.
That's
that mono burn is really going to hurt.
Yeah, that's why Burning's being aggressive here. I think he recognizes that, and he's trying to punish it. But as long as Morphling stays far back, waves away as soon as possible, and just doesn't take too many right clicks, he should be okay at this mid lane.
Net drops low. I believe the second Sentry Ward was already used. Zippo, no, he still has it, but Net will be okay. Net under constant pressure. With the Sentry Ward down, he is going to salve up, but he's pretty much out of consumables, not having a good time. Compare that to bottom lane, where Super is level 4. Although he dies, he's got 500 gold in the bank. Overall, DK getting the much better trade-off here with their off-lane hero. Also, you know, Burning not really getting the far mid, but, you know, like you said, having the opportunity to be aggressive if he finds it. So, DK are getting some trade-offs of their own.
Yeah, I feel it's somewhat expected that their Suicide Solo does better, just because, I mean, it's pretty much a 1v1 matchup. There's the two jungle heroes who can gank him, but when they're in the jungle, he can get some XP, he can get some farm. And now Prophet will TP towards bottom, so maybe it's going to be MUFC looking for that counter push. As top lane, Leshrac and Sanking, they want to get some push going of their own. Chen has come out. Chen is looking to take down this T1 tower.
This is bold to leave your lane this early by Sharky. Axes come through. Net will go down, and now Sharky is in the wrong neighborhood. Needs to run the boar summon, focusing on RTK. A couple of right clicks will bring it down. And Sharky TP's bottom, but he's not going to be able to stop this push, at least not fully. Bounty Hunter TP's in 2 TP scrolls now used to defend this. Wants to make a go on Zippo. Really has to be careful. This is only a level 5 Beastmaster. You almost never see him leave his lane before he hits 6. At least not without a lot of kill opportunities. The tower goes down. TP's wasted all around. And meanwhile on the bottom lane, it's TFG. This is what they can do, though. They could rotate in one of those jungle heroes. So they're not really losing out in the experience, but Beastmaster will be slowed down a bit. Middle lane, gush onto Nick. And that early point, a couple points in a mono burn. 3, in fact. Burning will get the kill. Bottle picked up for him. Looking to control the runes.
Yeah, I think it's a smart pickup. It does give him, well, HP and mana regen, so he can blink around, get runes, and really look to punish this Morphling. He's going to probably just max out this mana break straight up. Morphling just did not get a chance to morph any stats when getting ganked there. He's still sitting on 7 strength, which just goes to show how fast they popped him with that gush.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if Nick continues to play this way. Maybe he'll actually morph a bit by 4 to strength. I don't think he needs to be that heavily agility morphed. It's kind of a risky build, to be honest, and you know, Chen still has not left his jungle. Could always look for a smoke gank here. Not to mention Sand King hitting level 4, Leshrac level 5. If they want to go for these ganks elsewhere, he hasn't even seen the whole brunt of their ganking potential, and he still went down just to a gush and a couple right clicks. But for the moment, Nick is sitting on 7 agility, or 7 strength rather, so he's content to be aggressive. 1 or 2 right clicks by Birdie, and he loses about half his health and a bunch of mana. So it'll be he's live by the sword, die by the sword kind of thing. Right? Nick just wants to play aggressive.
It goes both ways.
He's
right. Yeah, it goes both ways. His right clicks do a lot of damage to Burning as well, even with the poor man shield. Whenever he comes up in the lane, Nick will make sure he gets a right click or 2 off, forces Burning back, and deters him from going in, because Waveform can, of course, follow any blink and then finish him off. So, for the most part, MUFC, I mean, they're still doing okay here. They're slightly behind as far as getting a few kills here and there. The death on Nick at mid lane wasn't what they would have wanted here, as we will see. Rune going to spawn bottom. Both Burning and Nick were looking for that one, and it looks like Burning going to be heading there first, as there is a haste rune spawned, and he's going to get that. So that's going to help out Burning, maybe create an opportunity to even help out this bottom lane. Although it doesn't look like there's many heroes there.
Super has Ravage, so this could be a great time for DK if they want to force a fight. Haste rune going to be picked up on Burning. Hawk will scout it out. The question is, do they back? Burning's going to kill off the Hawk. They spot it. They probably will back off, and it looks like they're going to. Would be very dangerous to push, because if that fight goes south and Burning shows up, could easily pick up a double, even triple kill. Net on this top lane, just really struggling using shuriken to farm the creep. Or I was actually correct in my pronunciation. It's shuriken or shuriken. I'm getting it wrong, but someone was blaming me for mispronouncing that. So my apologies. I'm actually gonna go look up the pronunciation after this game. But either way, Net, yeah, he's really struggling up top.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, he is a hero who can always catch up very quickly with the track gold. Not to mention, he can just sort of used, go for those cheap, cost-effective items like the Drum of Endurance, just get up some treads, even go for something like a Vlad's or later on a BKB. He doesn't have to get massive items. They're more worried about getting Nick farmed on the Morphling and even having Prophet and Beastmaster get some decent items and farm. TFG, halfway to his Midas, has gone for the Basta Ring now and is level 6, so maybe they'll look for an opening with that Wrath of Nature. Raw with a Wrath of Nature. They can get a lot of damage coming in on pretty much any hero on the map. I mean, if Super at bottom lane gets rawed, he can almost definitely go down.
Here we go. The push is going to start on the top lane. RTK, 3 points into Edict.
Prophet.
Oh, Super! Changed up by the creeps. No, he should be okay. Kraken Shell going to keep him alive, but he's forced really far back. Prophet thinking about making a dive there. Top lane, that Prophet ult really slowing down this push, but here comes the second attack. Great ward placed by longdd to spot any kind of a backstab gank incoming. So they're going to go for a tower trade, but trading with Leshrac, almost always Leshrac will get the trade first, just more burst damage on the tower. And now for DK, they have a Ravage up, they could look to defend bottom. We'll have to see if they can actually get the counter kill. Oh, big engagement between Burning and Nick. Nick just dies to the test of faith, and his greedy aggressive play, Chen mocking him. It's not working out for Burning. Oh, excuse me, for Morphling this game. Bottom lane, Ravage on the TFG.
Nick is being punished. Oh wow, Super is running in. He's pretty much almost, he's going to go down there. A bit sort of overly aggressive there. And MUFC have taken both Tier 1 and Tier 2 towers at bottom. Meanwhile, their top two towers have gone down as well. Net getting stunned up once, stunned up twice. ROTK, Edict as well. This is going to be the end of Net. He goes down. The Edict still doing damage. Sharky needs to be careful. He's going to try to look for another Axis, try to get the kill on Zippo. Zippo going to try to stun his way out fairly soon, I imagine. Axis going to cool down, and it looks like he will get away here, unless there's another impetus. Slow coming in from Ling, and it will be the death of Zippo. No running away, can't get the fog, and it will be ROTK looking to run himself. Prophet TP, ROTK, he's got a Tango out in time. He gets the return kill. He's going to go down, but wow, Prophet just dropped. He was so low.
Nick just lost 2/3 of his health to that, like, 1 or 2 seconds of Edict. Oh, that spell cannot be underestimated. Well, Nick gets the kill, but DK overall still leading the way, 5-4. In terms of the towers, they also knocked down 2 top, and the gold graph has to be ignored here, but we can actually see what is our gold difference at the moment. Looks like it's only about 300, so very, very even game overall for both teams. And we'll just have to see what does Burning go for this game. He's got a couple of kills, but he's really not farming well. Only 30 CS, almost 10 minutes in. Will we see a rare game where Burning doesn't go for a Battle Fury rush? Or sometimes we even see the Midas out of him. It won't be this game for sure. But for the moment, whatever he wants, he's quite a ways away from it.
Yeah, it could, I mean, may even just want to tank up, go for the Vanguard build into someone like a Manta style here. I feel the Battle Fury is not going to come for a bit of a while, and there's additional DPS. I mean, you've got the Epicenter, you've got the Leshrac who's already got a Bloodstone up 10 minutes, sorry, not Bloodstone, Soul Booster up 10 minutes in the game. Bloodstone,
oh wow,
probably not going to be too far off, but he is looking very, very farm. So he can be the DPS hero if Antimate just wants to go for this sort of more tanky option, the Vanguard into a Manta style. Mid lane, this is not looking good for Ling. He won't get the heal off, he's going to get insta-KO. Nick going to have to wave his way out of there. Epicenter even being popped by Zippo.
Oh no.
DK just going to walk away with their 1 kill though.
Yeah, they do get the 1 kill. They still have a Ravage. Oh, it's cooling down. Almost up. They really could use it now. ROTK should go down to 1 waveform. And this will be a track kill as well. 4 heroes getting that track gold. Burning, trying to scare them off. Can't really go in. 1100 gold in the bank. That Edict is just chewing through net safety. He will drop low. Has the bottle to heal back up. Nick with a DD. And it looks like Beastmaster's going for a mech. And they're going to have it soon. And I gotta say, I love this choice. We've seen it before from time to time. Beastmaster's going for the early mech. Against DK's lineup, whoever can get that mech just needs to get it online as quickly as possible. Whereas for TFG, he's not even going for the Midas. We saw that in the previous game. Just going for a very quick pair of power treads, trying to tank up.
Yeah, we'll see where he wants to go next. If he wants to go for the single target focus fire build, where you go for a sheep stick, even a medallion, if you want something a bit cheaper here. But maybe just wants to start building towards the push, which seems to be where MUFC are headed with the Beastmaster, with the Enchantress. Could be something like a Necrobook or a mech up for the team, as no one really is sort of suited for buying those utility items, apart from the Prophet as well as the Beastmaster. Beastmaster actually He's the one going for the mech. He's only a couple hundred gold away from it now, so a lot of farm on this Beastmaster.
Yeah, 800 gold. He's so close to it. TFG TP's in. This is a very ambitious gank on the Birdie. All they have is the Roar. He's going to run back in, start right-clicking on TFG, but there's your Burrow Strike. On the Beastmaster, now he'll be the focus. They want to bait out this Roar, which actually is still on cooldown, but now it's up. Instead, they turn their attention to TFG. Roar coming in. Roar will hit only on Zippo. Axis fly through. Zippo gets burst out. Anti-Mage all hits on 2, and Bernie should be able to turn this into a double kill. The Boar, though, slowing him down. He's not actually going to give chase. Almost gets the double. Beastmaster with that early pickup of the Buckler, just able to tank up enough to survive. That was a close one. And giving Bernie a double kill would be pretty much a disaster, but they only give him one. Not the biggest loss. And in comes Net, level 7, and we're seeing that catch-up potential that we talked about. Even though Bounty Hunter was completely shut down in lane, he's level 7, compared to Tide. Tide 2 levels ahead, but 7 versus 9, not nearly as big a deal as 2 versus 4. And Net, he's got the scent. He wants to go on longdd.
Oh yeah, he's looking for that opening, and it's gonna happen. It does happen. longdd goes down, and this is what MUFC want. They just want those pickoffs with Bounty Hunter. They want him catching up, as you say, and now the big thing is get some of those towers, get the tier 1 at top, at mid. They did a great job of getting 2 early towers at bottom, but since then, they've been focusing on getting some kills here and there. They need to start getting a few more towers.
Yeah, Super just camping it out at the middle lane, and we're gonna have to see if he's able to defend this tower. For the moment, looks like he is. There's not too much of a push. In comes Nick with an army of illusions. Still pretty heavily morphed to agility. Not quite as bold as he was before. Bottom lane though, Sandcase, Epicenter, everything pretty much used just to kill this Prophet. But now with the Leshrac, they can turn this kill, maybe not into a tower, but into a lot of damage onto that tower. Ling in position if he wants to try and defend, not opting to do so just yet. And it looks like DK are content to get that kill, use the Epicenter, and then back off. Burning. I think he's still going for that Battle Fury, guys. He just refuses to go for the tank build. He's going for health picked up. He's actually not too... He can have this Battle Fury maybe by that 17, 18 minute mark at the rate he's farming. Maybe a little bit closer to 20 minutes, but he's not too far away. And I mean, Morphling is not exactly having a stellar farm game. He's behind Burning CS. He does have 2,000 gold, so if he wants to go for a big damage item like Ethereal Blade, maybe something like a Mantis Cell, he'll have it sooner than Anti-Mage will have his next big item. But I feel there's a lot of potential in this game, even for late Battle Fury to pay off.
Yeah, and that's gonna be. I mean, that's gonna be how DK want to play this. They'll get the Battle Fury up in Anti-Mage, and they'll just want to have him keep on farming. So what MUFC probably want to try go for is go for Morphling, get his first item up, whether it's the Ethereal Blade or a BKB, and then look to force fights, whether it's team fights, pushes, ganks. They need to start getting some kills, start making something happen, set the tempo themselves. Because the later this goes, the better Anti-Mage is going to be looking with this Battle Fury build, going for this fast, effective farming. Not to mention the AoE team fights coming up from Tide, Sand the Chen Hills. It's going to be hard for MUFC. They're going to have to really look and choose their fights wisely, but they're going to have to make sure they do choose some, because otherwise they'll fall very far behind.
This is not like the game we saw DK play when they had a Prophet, where he just gets the really early, or even the Broodmother, where it's just a hand of Midas Rush on a hero where you wouldn't expect it. Or even an Enchantress. This is a Prophet who went for early power treads. TFG is not going for a farming build. He just wanted to get some HP, be aggressive earlier in Basilius picked up, and go for the pushes. And so far, it's not that they're doing poorly, but they're not exactly getting a dominating start. So it's going to be a concern here as we move towards the middle game. Like you said, the onus is on MUFC, absolutely 100%, to continue to find the kills. And the perfect hero to have, if you want to play that way, is the Bounty Hunter. That track gold will help a lot.
And Beastmaster as well. Bottom lane, they've gone in. ROTK going to go down. Raw followed up by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Impetuses. There's enough damage. It took a lot, but they do kill the Leshrac, who does have a lot of survivability, a lot of HP with this Soul Booster. He was just about to buy the Bloodstone. And MUFC, I mean, they're not even worried about the top and mid towers. They're just going to start going uphill at the bottom lane. They're fighting Zippo. Zippo's trying to go up an Epicenter. He will do so, but none of it does any damage. They managed to kite him around, and it's Enchantress picking up another kill. Meanwhile, top lane, there's Tide, Chen just not making too much happen.
Apparently, Sprout is the best hard counter to Epicenter in the game, because every time the Sand King uses his Epicenter, he's already Burrow Strike, so he can't even get out. Track onto longdd up top. Looks like Net is going to be netted up. How appropriate. Ravage, Anchor Smash, too much damage, he'll go down. Bounty Hunter picked off, but at the expense of a Ravage, which means MUFC now have a license to kill, license to be aggressive for the next minute and a half or so, if they want to do so. Oh, sorry, actually 2 minutes, and we'll have to see if they do. But for the moment, they fight the kill bottom, they force out an Epicenter, now the Ravage is down, so it's not just the Ravage. The 2 big team fight ultimates for DK. This is a team that wants to go for team fights in the mid game. Although they have an anti-mage who can split push, the rest of the team is built around that team fight. Even Chen, a big contributor with the mech, the heal. But with the 2 ultimates down, they're going to have to play this one defensively and burning. Got something on the way, something on the courier. It is going to be the Battle Fury. Claymore as well as the Broadsword picked up. He's going to even have it maybe at that 17.5 minute mark. Only 500 gold away. Yeah,
he's getting very, very close. I'd love to see MUFC look to pressure some of these tier 1 towers. I mean, you mentioned the Epicenter as well as the Tide Ravage, both on cooldown. Chen Hill as well on cooldown for another 20 seconds. They could have maybe tried to push out either mid or top lane, especially now. DK, well, they go into the Roche pit. They smoked up, either into the Roche pit. Actually, they're going to head down towards bottom, try to get a push or team fight of their own, but this is without those big ultimates. They're going to have to really look for a small scale pick-off, and it's going to be on the Sand by the looks of things. They know someone's there. They get revealed from the smoke. Ling runs the right direction, though, and it looks like scouting them out with that tornado has proven to be probably the best counter to a smoke game. DK wastes a lot of time and gets scattered out.
Ling needs to change his name to Spider-Man because his Spidey senses were tingling. He threw down the tornado right as the smoke gang ran up the hill. Absolutely picture-perfect timing with no vision. No real reason to suspect a gank except a bunch of heroes missing off the map. Great individual play by him. The smoke gank fails, but it looks like they should be able to get the tower anyway. Tower is claimed, and that level 4 edict. rotk is looking pretty beefy at this point. Bloodstone picked up 17.5 minutes in. Has not really been devoted to farming, although he is farming well. Has been pretty aggressive pushing towers, ganking all over the map, and, well, with this track being big, he may be big enough to get DK into the late game to get that anti-mage time to farm. TFG gets the trade up top. Something coming its way for him on the curve. It's a late hand of Midas. So they're now transitioning back towards trying to, like, this is an 18-minute hand of Midas. This isn't late. This is ancient. This is ancient. Oh, here we go. Bottom lane. Roar coming out on the longdd. They want to focus him, but perhaps not the correct target. Looks like Sharky will go down. He uses a mech. He still has a cloak up. Epicenter, burrow strike in. Ling takes a lot of damage. Ling will be the first casualty of war here. And are they done yet? Earn up home to longdd, who is at full health despite being roared. Oh, narrowly missing on the split earth. They want to chase onto Nick. Nick taking some damage. Burrow strike in. Running low on the mana. Just picked up his Eagle Horde. Does not want to die now. So close to that Ethereal Blade. He will live, but at what cost? DK get 2 towers bottom. They get the pick off on the Enchantress, and this means so much time for burning. Probably another 2 minutes of extra farm time just because of that push.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. I mean, they get, well, not to mention 2 towers. They get a decent fight where they kill the Enchantress, and they get more space for burning to keep on farming. He goes top, he finds a free lane. He can then, after pushing it out, go into the neutrals, blink around, just be as efficient and effective as possible. Take it to the late game. He's got the Battle Fury. He's going to have a Mantell up soon. Morphling, I mean, the shotgun, the Ethereal Blade is coming up. He's got his Eagle Song. He just needs the Ghost Scepter, but still, that's 1k off, and this is him falling behind, not farming as quickly as Burning is. Burning just being an absolute beast on that Anti-Mage. About 30 CS ahead, not to mention there's 2 deaths to Nick's name on the Morphling.
This is 1,700 additional gold earned over the Morphling here, and it's only going to get worse. I mean, it's before he even got the Battle Fury he was ahead, and now he's even farther ahead. Now, a lot of it's not really the creeps, although he does have a bit of a lead there. It's pretty substantial lead, but it's really more the tower gold, I think, going his... Well, no, I guess it's pretty even. Even with the track on... That's the thing, is Nick, you'd expect him to maybe be farther ahead because he's got track helping him out, but he really doesn't. He's only had 1 assist, 2 kills. Once he gets the Ethereal Blade, like you said, he's got to find the kills, because if he tries to farm, if he tries to race Burning here, even with Prophet of a Midas, it's such a late Midas that I don't think it'll be enough. Bernie has such a great supporting cast, so much team fight. Already close to the Yasha if he wants to pick it up. Yeah, they're going to have to make things happen with this Ethereal Blade, or MUFC are just going to lose slowly but surely to DK out farming them.
Yeah, and I feel that means MUFC, they want to make something happen. They're looking. They've tracked up this Leshrac here. Bounty Hunter going to actually steal some of these Ancients here, but for the most part, it's still MUFC unable to find the openings, unable to get those kills here. They've been sort of quiet for a bit of a while now, and that's working into DK's favor. Although MUFC, I mean, you mentioned Midas up, a very, very late Midas on the Prophet. They're transitioning into a later farm game, and with the Morphling, as well as the Prophet who's got this Midas, they can maybe do okay in a late farm game, but the Ethereal Blade doesn't really match up. I mean, if you want to go for a late farm game, Ethereal Blade's nice, but it's not going to be doing all that much against an Anti-Mage. It's not going to be the best counter. Anti-Mage will just manage to go for the split push, out farm you, and now he's going to have an Aegis as well on top of this Battle Fury, on top of this 120 CS, just 21 minutes in the game.
Whenever we see a big objective like Roshan being claimed, a tower being traded, what is the trade-off actually for MUFC? The trade-off is nothing. Not getting a tower, not even really pushing too much, just sort of farming in the jungle, buying items from the side shop, and looks like Net has a drum on the way. That'll help him off. And it's interesting that Net's putting the Bounty Hunter. It really goes to show you that Bounty Hunter is, the way he's played nowadays, he's not a carry. Although you see it in pubs all the time, the big damage items up on Bounty Hunter, trying to one-hit Janata. But Net is the support player for MUFC, and he's playing at this game on the Bounty Hunter, just going for the drum, trying to set up kills for his team. Middle lane, look how aggressive Bernie is. As soon as he gets the Aegis Gods, he just starts pushing way past the river. More than happy to maybe trade his life away in exchange for a good fight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Gem has been picked up by DK as well. Probably going to longdd here. longdd, who's got both mech and Vlads. There's your shotgun. They go in on the Chen. Prophet ultimate as well coming in. And Morphling immediately replicates back to the Fountain. So insta pick up. He's on 550 HP. Needed to use that replicate. Chen going down, and that's a nice little pick up there. That's what they need to keep doing.
Was that a track kill?
I don't know. I didn't actually see. I don't think it was. I think Bounty Hunter had just been sitting in the jungle for a while.
Oh, okay. I was just curious because I missed the kill. And anytime you get a kill for this MUFC lineup, that is a big thing to keep an eye on. Are they getting the additional track hole? That will really help out. At MUFC, they do find one kill, but they're not killing Burning. They're not really slowing down his farm. And TFG trying to TP out. Mono Void is available, will be used, and TFG is going to go down. Burning gets another kill. 35.
And they saw Beastmaster. They're looking for Beastmaster. He's not going to go down though. And I mean, yeah, you mentioned it. It's just constant farm going towards the way of the Anti-Mage, and now they're just going to use these big ultis to sort of deter MUFC from going for a team fight. It's a 4-1 split. They've got the Tide Ravage, the Sanking Epicenter, and then the Chen, who's got a mech as well as the Hand of God. Great survivability, although it wasn't enough to actually survive the nuke combo from the Morphling, which may see Chen just going for some raw HP. Maybe just want to pick up a Vitality booster at this point in the game, just to sort of survive the combo from Morphling. But as long as Chen stays alive to cast those heals, he's going to be looking pretty good.
Look at how quickly his farm is accelerating away from the Morphling. Even when Morphling gets that Ethereal Blade kill, Burning now leading by 2.2k. I believe the last time I mentioned his gold lead, it was around 1,000, maybe 1,500. So already another 700 gold advantage for him, and it's only going to get bigger as the tier 2 tower is breached, aggressively positioned. DK just really aggressively positioned right now with Ravage, with the Chen heal, the pipe, the mech. They have nothing to worry about. Even if MUFC want to go in, they can't. And do DK even stop here? Maybe they go high ground. Looks like they feel they can, although using the pipe, using the mech should at least wait for those to cool down. And there's certainly no hurry. No, Burning's going to TP back. What am I talking about? This is Burning. Even when they could maybe go to push, probably would have a decent chance at winning that fight high ground. It's Burning, so he's going to spend that 4k gold soon. Probably going to go for Manta style, but wouldn't surprise me at all if he went for something else, maybe a heart, maybe a butterfly, which would really accelerate his farm even more.
Yeah, I think the Manta style and then going into one of those other bigger items will be the most common way that Burning likes to play his Anti-Mage. And for the moment, it's still DK with complete and utter map control. They're just sitting in their opponent's jungle farming it up, and that really shows they're the ones in control here. They're the ones sort of putting MUFC in a rough position. MUFC are just smoked up, sitting behind Nick, hoping for a bit of a counter gank opportunity here, but it's not really coming. There's no opportunities. There's no Roshans. It's all going DK's way.
Here's my question, guys. How do MUFC take a fight right now? I'm not sure how they do it.
I mean, this they're smoked up right now. I feel going for smokes and go for a sort of a small scale pickoff is the way to do it, but it's hard because those 4 heroes, the 4 heroes that aren't anti-mage, are always together. They're always farming in a similar location.
Yeah, and it's not like you can gank the anti-mage either. Even if you kill him off once with that Aegis, you're probably going to get caught out in return. And even if these heroes are a bit isolated, which maybe we're going to see, Net just... I gotta say, Net's moving around the map. It's not really his fault, but he's just not getting the opening which he wants. Oh, Zippo blinks in. Did they even have vision? They do have the gem up. Oh, and Net's gonna go down. Zippo is the one carrying Net. And his movement around the map, this is just not a Bounty Hunter game. It's not the kind of game you hope for when you play Bounty Hunter. 6.4k gold. Barely out farm. In fact, he's behind the Enchantress on his team. He's just having a horrible time of it. Net has just not found the openings.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned support hero, but he's a support hero who can't really do what his job as a support hero is, which is sort of to create those openings, poke around, get the tracks off, and then help set up some kills. It hasn't really happened, and DK once again going towards the mid lane, looking for the opening. They're going to roll down Titan. I don't feel this is a fight that MUFC can win, though. DK's Zippo goes blinking in with a Burrow Strike. He doesn't have the epicenter, so he's happy just to use a blink followed up by a multiple stun. Doesn't quite get it, though, and Zippo in a bit of trouble here. Sentry Ward as well. He's been spotted out. Chen, holy persuasion. DK just going to avoid the team fight.
Well, and while they're doing that, Burning, farming bottom. Another 1,200 gold in the bank. Completed Manta style picked up. That is a 5,400 gold item, I believe. A lot of gold going his way. And the graph, it only continues to increase. We're now up to a 3,000 gold lead, another 800 gold additional that Burning has over that Morphling. And at the rate this is going, Nick is going to be an entire item behind Burning in about 5-6 minutes. And once they get to that point with the Aegis still up on Burning, the better teamfight line backing him up. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do. So MUFC, you know, they want to find the pickoffs. What would really help is if TFG had something like a Scythe of Vice up, but he's going for an Aghanim, really trying to stall. I'm not sure the waiting game is going to help here, and this certainly isn't going to help. TFG, Smokecan coming in behind him, Zippo has the set, blink into a stun, TFG is absolutely screwed. Just not where he wants to be right now. He's going to go down. And Burning all the while. It's that 4 protect 1 strategy. Classic way to play. DK showing that they are the masters of the strategy, probably more so than any other team in the entire competitive scene right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're probably one of the few teams who still manages to successfully do it. A lot of other teams who try it haven't had great success with it. And it's going to be DK right now. I mean, the item progression on their support heroes is really one of the things which is making a big difference here.
Net snipes the
Bounty Hunter snipes it. It's a small victory for MUFC, but I mean, looking at DK, you've got Chen with plenty of items. You've got Tide, who now has a Blink Dagger as well as his Pipe. Sankey's got his Blink and Gem. Leshrac with the Bloodstone Ultimate Orb as well now, so building towards either probably a Sheepstick, maybe even a Lincoln Sphere to cancel the Roar out. But DK, just massive item progression all across their heroes.
Yeah, Chen even has a Vlad's. I mean, that's such a luxury item for Chen, especially ones who... He really has been playing that hard support role. Super has gone for a lot of farm, the Blink Dagger, the Pipe, like you mentioned. Burning, of course, farming. Even Zippo, Blink Dagger, K-Boot. So all around, DK just getting the farm. Big item pickup here. Nick has a BKB. Should be able to stand toe-to-toe and tank, be that initiator for his team. The question is, will it be enough? Just massive death ball of stuff going the way of mid. Everything in the kitchen sink being thrown to try and prevent this. Track goes out into Zippo. In the front line to Super, the Pipe, it's worn off. Maybe this will be that big opening. Ravage, if it's used, will not affect Nick. Blinken, Epicenter, defensive Pipe will be available. Nick gets the first pick up. Bernie in the front lines, big ultimate from Bernie. 2 instant kills. He will go down, but that's only an Aegis. The Gem on the floor. RTK thinks about it, decides better of it. It will die. I don't think anyone picked it up. Blink out from Bernie. Still, with the Aegis expunge, the big AoE combo for the Dire use. Do they have enough? Bernie thinks they do. He wants in, and GoDz, I think he wants out now. Blinks away, setback to base just in time. They defend the racks, and they get rid of the Aegis.
And they may find a few more pickoffs here. ROTK on the run. He gets ethereal shotgunned up. The Shrew finishes him off. Another track kill. Chen gonna TP out just in time. MUFC, they hold, and that's some decent gold going their way with all those kills. And they also get rid of the Aegis. The problem's going to be is that Roshan respawns in a couple minutes. DK will take it again and probably look for another push. And this next push, Burning's going to have another big item. His heart, maybe even going for something like a Basher, is going to be up. And that's going to be very hard to defend. But MUFC get some gold going their way. So their next line of items coming up soon. TFG, Aghanim Scepter. Beastmaster's got both Mech and Pipe now. Morphling's got his BKB up. He had it that fight. He did manage to use it to help MUFC out. And his next item, maybe going to be some kind of damage item like a Manstella or a Skadi, should be coming fairly soon.
To me, that fight came down to 2 things. One was Nick with the BKB up in the front lines, just forcing out a bad Ravage. You really want that Ravage to hit on the Morphling, not for it to be pretty useless. That, as well as the Pipe and Mech being used very early in the fight. DK didn't have them up when they needed them most, and we saw just so much damage coming away. When those items are up, when the Ravage hits well, I don't think MUFC can win a fight, but when they don't, when they're not in the best position. Oh, Net gets spotted out. There's no Gem, though. Could track onto Zippo. Zippo, blink away. Nice blink as well, and Bernie TP's in. He's got 5.3k. Probably going to go for the heart next, and he's very close to it if he wants to do so. And Bernie thinking about it. He's not going to go in. Everybody grouped up on DK right now. And they're just going to maneuver around for position. Very important not to get picked off here, because like we were just talking about, Roshan about to respawn. If you lose a key hero right before Roshan respawns, and they're caught without buyback, that's where maybe you can't take a fight there. You give an Aegis away, or even worse, you try and fight and lose that fight. Yeah, and MUFC know it's about to come up. They've got the Hawk disposition right above the Roshan pit. Gonna be looking to use that to scout it out right away. Burning, he's been pinged up. He's at the Ancients here. Farming away, smoke from MUFC. They want this. He's going to walk in. Have they seen Beastmaster, though? He brings out his heart. And now Anti-Mage, even if he gets roared up, he's got 3k HP. I don't even think they can kill him. It's going to be very hard. Nick will need to be a fully agility morph. Every single disable will need to hit. They absolutely just need a Scythe of Ice at this point to have any chance of dealing with them. TFG's, that's got to be his next item. The problem for him is going to be it's very far off. And during that time, Bernie will be farming towards his next item. At this point, GoDz, he is 5k gold, so he is that full tier 4 item ahead of the Morphling at this point. And, well, MUFC want to force something. Ravage is back up, Epicenter's back up, and as well as that last fight went for MUFC, I'm not sure they'll be able to find this kind of fight pushing, because the pipe and the mech will probably be used at a more opportune time. The Ravage more likely to hit multiple heroes. And we're gonna see if they want to actually force it, but it looks like they will back off. And speaking of Scythes of Vice, rotk gets one.
And I think that's almost as much to do with the replicate of the Anti-Mage. I just saw that with Morphling replicating an Anti-Mage, that's going to hurt a lot. So leshrac is going to want to use that side of the Vice just to deal with the replicate. He does do so there, in fact. And I think it's a nice pickup just for this very reason, because that Morphling replicate can do a lot of damage and be pretty much unkillable.
And there goes Burning into the Roshan pit. Will Nick be able to do anything? I just don't... You can't take a fight here, and they're not going to try to. It looks like they're going to give away the Roshan. Yeah. TFG going for the split push. But with another Aegis on the Burning, can they kill him? I mean, you were concerned about them killing him once. Now we're looking at killing Burning twice. I just don't know if they can do it, man.
Yeah, and I mean, it's maybe later they're just gonna have to sit back and farm MUFC. Try get this top tier 2 tower. There's actually gonna be a TP incoming from Tide. The tier 2 tower may get down to deny range anyways. The Treants with the Siege Wagon. Prophet actually wants it, but Anti-Mage's getting very, very close. Prophet gonna TP out now. Blink, ulti. Prophet in all sorts of trouble. Looks like he will go down. Sprout, TP out. Ravage is even gonna be used. Hits Net as well. And the tower actually goes to the Radiant. So they get the tower kill, but not really worth it when Prophet goes down.
More gold into Burning's piggybacking. This is just not a hero, not a player you want to be giving that gold up to. And while the Ravage is down, and maybe normally you'd say, oh, MUFC can push now. They really can't, because even without that Ravage, there's still the Hand of God, the Pipe, the Mech, the Epicenter, a Scythe of Vice, something like. There's so much other stuff that it's one of these rare games where Ravage is not really essential to winning a team fight. It's important, but it also means it's a 5v4 advantage, and between that and having all those other backup abilities, all those other backup items, I think they can just give away a Ravage for a single kill, and then go back to farming. Burning will have another minute or so to work with, and during that time he's gonna... The other thing is that he can just push these lanes out so fast, so even if they want to push, it's not easy to do.
Oh no, so solo Ravages, even stuff like solo Black Holes just for one kill is very much justified. I mean, the last 5-10 minutes there haven't been really any openings to use a Ravage, and with the way MUFC are avoiding team fights anyways, it's not really a big misuse, and with the way Burning on DK is just so damn farm, there's not going to be any way that MUFC can take a team fight regardless, and he's been so aggressive pushing out these lanes. He's going to go right into the enemy jungle. But DK, they don't even care they don't have this Ravage. It's not affecting them. They've got the tankiness, they've got the survivability, and MUFC still just trying to go for this split push, split farm, with Nick trying to catch up a bit, with Ned at top lane. Ned's got 3k gold, but it's still MUFC falling further and further behind.
Even with 3k gold on that, I mean, really, what can he buy to help his team? Maybe something like a Vlad's, because this bounty hunter is maybe even a BKB just to tank up, but whatever he buys, it's really not going to be enough. He can't deal with Bernie 1v1. This is also a melee hero, so to me, the only hero who can make a big impact right now is that Prophet, and TFG going for the Scythe of Vice. That will help a lot. Maybe you don't even kill Bernie, but maybe you kill up the rest of his team and at least force him to back, or not. In he comes. Oh, sprouted in, creates his own personal death trap. There's your Anti-Mage ultimate. TFG will go down. And that means another minute and a half for him to farm. It's going to go invis, will survive. But this Prophet keeps on getting picked off. That means no Scythe of Vice coming anytime soon for him. Whereas for Burning, the Butterfly that's likely to be next, not far off. Oh, middle lane, they catch up Nick. This will be 2 pickoffs and probably Rax to follow. Or immediate buybacks. Nick even used the BKB for that. Even if he buys back, which he doesn't have gold, he just spent it on something. Was it an ultimate orb?
Just the ultimate orb.
Oh no. This is probably going to be Rax and maybe the game for MUFC.
Yeah, both those heroes with no buyback. Prophet only 30 seconds or so, but Morphling, not only can he not buy back, he's going to have his BKB when he respawns, so the BKB being used isn't going to matter hugely because he's going to be dead regardless, and the Rax is going to go down. DK going to get at least one set. They're going to just swing bottom, not even finish off the range rack. Actually, leshrac will, but MUFC going for a split push, and that's about all they can do here. Just accept the fate of the bottom as well as the mid racks, and then try and play around it. Try and use this Morphling and Prophet mobility to take it, to actually hold off and find a fight. But it's going to be so hard against this team, against the farm that's on DK at the moment, not to mention the great crowd control they've got in these team fights.
Bernie is just unstoppable at this point. They're getting a double rack. Roar comes in on Chen. They'll probably pick him up. They will. Pipe is used. Big right clicks from Bernie. Trying to find that next kill. Looks like he's just going to blink away. Content with the prize that he was able to claim. He came, he saw, he conquered. And you know DK's farm when there's a 4-staff, a blink dagger, a pipe, an arcane boots, as well as an urn. All of this up on an off-lane Tidehunter who had a pretty mediocre time of it down there. Compare that to the off-lane for the Radiant. That was the Bounty Hunter. Drum, Treads, and 3.8k. Maybe about half of the Tidehunter's item progression. This is just a sign of the times, Gods. It's not looking good for MUFC, and they're up against the ropes. If they lose this game, they're out of the tournament. Although they already thought they were out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So. You know?
I'm about to say, they were throwing a lifeline, and this could be them just unable to cling on, as Burning is just proving to be a formidable carry. MUFC did finish 4th in their group, probably the toughest group, I have to say, based on the results there. Well, maybe not the toughest, but definitely the closest of all the groups. Right. The only where there was an actual tie in terms of win and losses. They were tied with Mouse on 1 win and 2 losses, but the overall individual game wins did go to Mouse, who did have an additional win in one of their best of 3s. But throwing a lifeline here, and it's going to be taken away right away, as Burning is just proving to be, once again, probably the most formidable carry in China.
Is this a situation where you try to go big or go home? Maybe even go for something like a Divine Rapier or Net?
Yeah. I
mean, you're probably just going to feed it away to Burning, but can you really win this playing Standard anymore? It doesn't seem like you can. So whether it's a Divine Rapier, maybe something else. I guess your thoughts on what could they do right now if you're trying to be really creative?
Well, not so much Divine Rapier. They are going to lose TFG, and that's what it can't be. It's going to be all-out aggression. It's going to be taking it to DK, trying to catch DK by surprise, and just, well, being more aggressive than you should, being really risky, being almost what would normally be stupid play is what you have to do here. It's the smart way to play, is make decisions which don't make sense, which will basically take DK for a loop. And right now, it's 3 heroes at bottom. This is probably not going to work out too well, because DK know what's coming. They see all these heroes. They're going to have to back off or risk getting picked off, as there will be a replica of the anti-mage up there. They just need to go for a smoke, look for a clever little pick-off, look for a really aggressive team fight, find something. Maybe with Morphling using this Ethereal Blade to insta-KO someone. And it will be. Morphling goes in at bottom, shotgun on Zippo, but not enough damage. He was almost there. And now, once again, MUFC on the back foot. It's going to be Beastmaster who goes down first. Actually, Beastmaster gets left alone, does go down some mad-style illusion. 3 heroes down, and DK in a decisive position all of a sudden. Right. Not really all of a sudden, but continually.
And now Burning, almost 9k gold ahead of the Morphling. It wasn't too long ago. He was maybe 1,000 gold ahead. I want to say it was 10, 15 minutes. Now he's increased that lead by 8k while being active around the map, pushing, winning team fights, getting kills. Burning, just doing it all in this anti-mage. 8-0-4. And go back to the early game. It was that 1v1 mid matchup. Burning got the early gank from Tidehunter, roamed in, went for the pickoff, succeeded in it. We didn't see that play out of Bounty Hunter. Maybe a bit of a mistake. We've seen Bounty Hunters in the offlane in the past go for those pickoffs, go for the early ganks, even before they hit 6. Not sure it would have mattered, but Birdie, he got a little help from his team. Well, then he's giving them a little bit of help now. Butterfly picked up 1,400 gold and an Aegis. Good luck killing him once, let alone twice. And here he goes. High ground going to be breached. Magic style applied. Tower going to be worked down relatively quickly. No glyph. This is going to be mega creeps, almost certainly. And where's the initiation? Where's the team fight for MUFC? The only hero who can go in right now is Morphling. And maybe the Beastmaster. Axis fly through. Rotk could be used. Net could have run in. Scythed up. Looks like he'll go down. The right click. The Ravage. Nick actually used the BKB. Great timing. Does not matter. 1 bit though. Will just melt down. Will be picked off. Roar onto Zippo. Blinking by Burning. 2 more chops. Gets another kill. Everybody just falling now and Burning, as well as this DK team, just out of control. Masters of the art of running a hard carry in an age where really the hard carry is kind of an antiquated, quickly dying breed. Even when we see Morphling picked, he's played much more aggressively than your traditional hard carry. But DK, make it work with the Battle Fury Anti-Mage.
Yeah, I mean, the Morphlings, the most effective ones, are the more aggressive ones, but DK, one of the few teams who still run Anti-Mage very successfully. And in some ways, they've come to rely on it. I mean, a lot of their wins, a lot of their tough games have come down to Burning on this Anti-Mage, and they've beat some strong teams using this. I think it was against IG, who they actually beat. I think it was IG. That was their one of their wins in the group stage was against IG, and they did it 2 games with Burning on Anti-Mage. So no surprises that once again, it's DK coming out on top with this hard carry, and well, LD, it was fun. That was a fun best-of-3 series. As per usual, it does go the distance, and DK will go through the round of 8, where they will meet Evil Geniuses. So another East versus West showdown, EG versus DK, 2 probably of the biggest sponsored teams in the world.
I'm so excited for that match. And let me just say, MUFC, they're an aggressive team. EG have their own form of aggression. It's not really with this ganking style that MUFC favor. It's more so with the timing pushes, the pressure from heroes like Tinker, Lone Druid. So I'm very excited to see how DK match up against that, if they're capable of dealing with it. It's a completely different way of playing. We'll have to see how effective it is. Burning, for today anyway, he is the unstoppable juggernaut. And like you said, whenever DK desperately needs a win, whenever they have to close out a series, they bust out the big hard carry for Burning, usually that anti-mage. And the 4 Protect 1, it prevails for today. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's coverage for your Beyond the